Hi, Martinello. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Hi, 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 hi. Good morning, Martinello. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Right. Okay, people are here, so I might as well shoot. Right. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone who's here. You are welcome, and welcome to day 20 of 21. Can't believe it. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the days that you guys showed up. And yeah, it was just a beautiful day. It looks and it feels like we started just yesterday, you know? It went so quickly. But yeah, I'm trusting that you guys had fun like I did. You had some, aha moments there. You had some transformative um, moments of your life throughout the 21 days. And yeah, for everyone that has been sharing with me their journey in the 21 days. Hi, Astin, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. So for those that have been sharing with me their testimonies of what the 21 days has done, in their lives, thank you so much. It boosts, me to even, want to show up for my work. It affirms it deeply, 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 and I'm grateful for that. So we have been doing healing the God wound since on Sunday, and today we are going to talk about your own sovereignty, you being God, you being sovereign, you being free. You know, yesterday we spoke about how you are not born by a mistake, in those families that you are born out of, in those bloodlines. You are not born by a mistake at all. And most of us, the things that we say, like, I wish my mother was not, I wish she was not my mother, I wish she was not my, when he was not my father, I wish I could have had a different family. We say these kind of words because of our painful human experience. And, we have not given ourselves chance to go deeper into our spirit and wanting to understand why things happen the way they do, because everything originates in the spirit. So it was a challenge. I know that it was a challenge for all of us, including myself, um, to ask for, okay, fine, these people, my parents have done this and that, and I'm blaming them, or I'm blaming the environment, or I'm blaming my aunties or whoever that contributed to the bittersweet experiences of my life, right? Um, yes, and I explained how it is time. You are being called to take responsibility for your own life. You can't stay in the victim mode forever. When you were a child, you didn't have a choice. Like you were obliged to take in, and absorb information and energy that was given to you by, your guardians, your people, your parents, and you trusted them and you felt that, what, this is good for me. A child does not have a mind of her own or his own, but parents and elders around her or him, they determined that, right? So if you were raised by a wounded mother or a wounded parent or a wounded auntie or uncle or whatever, you are most likely to turn out exactly like them, or even if it's not exactly like them, but you will share in their perspective. Like your life will be shaped around some of the things that you have picked up from them. So it was a call to say, you know what, enough with the blaming, enough with the pointing of fingers, enough, right? Take responsibility. Now you are old enough, you know what you want, right? And this is the direction that I'm going to go into today, about you knowing what you want. And yesterday when I was saying that you are actually the God of this timeline for your bloodline, and all of us are created in the image of God. All of us are created in the likeness of God, and we are God in our own rights. It's just that we still are struggling with the truth that believes that, as me being born by a human being, then I'm a human. So if your spirit, who gave you the spirit, or who gave birth to your spirit, then if it's God that gave you the spirit, then you are God as well. Giving an example as well of saying, it's very easy for us to understand that a child of a dog is a puppy, right? But what is a child of the spirit? The spirit, simple as that. So you need to know that you are called into this space, into this world, into this whole thing, for you to be able to stand and say, listen, I'm going to own up to my abilities, I'm going to own up to my supernatural, I'm going to own up to everything that I am and everything that I have. And I know that there are some people that will be saying, I don't know, purpose, I don't know all this and that and that and that. But I feel that if you are that person who's saying, I don't know, then it is time for you. You are being called to question, to ask, to introspect, to go on a journey of self-discovery. And here are, your blood ancestors and ancestors that you may not even know anything about, but they are assigned, and the spirit guides are assigned, to come and walk with you in this path. You are supported always. You've got angels. If I would talk about the type of spirit guides that are available for you, you will see that, in fact, like I don't lack anything. Like, I've got everything that I will ever need in this lifetime, right? So you are supported from every angle. You are supported above, below, left, right, center, everywhere. You back, forward, you are just supported by billions of spirit guides that are saying, listen, we have signed this contract with you and said that we are going to work with you in this timeline, in your remembering, in your returning to self. And this is what the ancestors have, said and gave me the mandate of saying, listen, as an African descent, as an African child, you have to know where you come from. And you have to know who you are, and for you to know who you are and where you're going, you've got to know where you come from. You've got to know the foundation of your life, which is your roots, right? Hello, Mama. Hi, thank you for joining, Mama Fingasam. And thank you. So that's that. Today, like I said, the last words, I think the highlight, or the last things that I spoke about yesterday, is how you need to reclaim, or rather you connect with your X-Men factor, your transformer factors, because you have that. And today I'm guided to ask you some questions, right? And you may not even answer me here, but you can go and check this for yourself. Like I said, we blamed, we pointed fingers, we became victims, we sat there and sobbed and mourned and played the pity party with our emotions and fed them, and all these things. We did them, including myself. But it is a high time that you take your own power back, right? And one of the things that I have spoken is just to forgive. The biggest gift that you can give yourself is to forgive these people that you feel that they have wronged you. And trust me, when you forgive, you will then open yourself up to new information and perspective in how you're going to see things, right? So your X-Men factor, your transformer factor, for every situation that is presented in our lives, it is an opportunity for ascension, it's an opportunity for growth, it's an opportunity for evolution. Every single situation that is presented to us, no matter how tough, no matter how evil, no matter how bad, you are called to the higher version of yourself. If you are on, say, level 2 at this point of your life, I don't know how you measure levels, but I'm going to give you an example of that. If you're on level 2 of your maturity or your understanding of self, so every single situation that you face on a daily basis, it's calling you to the next level. So just like your gold, you can't use gold if it doesn't go through a refining process. So look into those things that you're going through and say that I'm being refined, right? There are some that truly it's a refining moment, but let's say that we put ourselves into because of ego, because of pride, because of selfishness, because of wickedness. Every single one of us have these parts, right? And the good one. So on a daily basis, you determine which side of you want to entertain, you want to show, right? And you want to experience. You choose on a daily basis, right? Whether you're going to be wicked, you're going to be prideful, you are going to be egoistic, you're going to be all these things, right? So for the moment that you will know for ego yaka mo I, because guys, we know. That is the thing, is that we know when all these things are happening. You won't believe it. I'm sitting in the house, and I remember some day back I mentioned that I've got 2 birds that normally come when I'm doing the sessions outside. They are just here in the house. You're welcome, my ancestors. Yeah, so they came in the house now. So when you're doing wrong, when you're doing right. Our problem is that sometimes we don't want to own up. Most of the time we don't want to own up to our wrongdoings, right? And it takes maturity for one to do that. It takes humility for one to do that, to own up to that, right? And the first question that I am guided to ask you is that if you did not have that mother that is causing issues, if you did not have that father that is causing you, okay, if you did not have the pains that you feel whoever is causing in your life, how would you live your life? When? If your father was not there, your mother was not there, if the pains were not there, if anybody's bad experiences were not there, how would you live your life? I can know we are holding on to this thing up, no, give on and stuff and stuff and stuff. How would you show up for yourself? If can need that thing, how when you did this, you did that, and you did that, how will you show up? Let's go into this question, and I will give you this for only. Let me just dwell into this alone. The reason why this question was given for me to ask you is for you to realize your own responsibilities in your part in your own story. The title of the message, you are God, you are sovereign, you are free, right? And this is what our ancestors are saying, that we didn't know all these things, we felt victimized, we felt treated unfairly, we felt unworthy, for everything. We give people too much power, truly. And I understand why we give people too much power because, like I said, when you're a child, you depend on these people. You truly depend on them, right? So I lost my thought. What was I saying? Oh, goodness gracious. I don't remember what I was saying. Okay, you're God sovereign, you're God, you're sovereign free, right? So when you are God, you're sovereign free. Okay, I'm going back. I think I will pick up. Okay, thank you, Spirit. You're God, you're sovereign, and you are free. So you are the only person that has power in your life. So the ancestors are saying, we have been where you are. We have blamed, we have cast, we have pointed fingers, we have done whatever that we have done at this at our timelines, right? And that did not solve anything because we died bitter people at the end of the day. Whether it's a family thing or it's a social society thing, we died like that, you know. And it is time for you to understand that when you were born, good morning, Gogo, thank you for coming, Gogo Natemba. When you were born with your own uniqueness, you were born with your own shine, you were born with your own glory, you were born with your own mandate, you were born with your own flavor, you were born with your own blueprint, you were born with your own God self. Like, you are complete. How should they say it? Right? You are complete, you are whole. There is nothing that is missing at all in your life, right? So if you didn't have all these problems and you knew that I can actually create my own reality, if you didn't have all these problems, or you knew, right, that you can create your own reality, if you knew that you can determine how your life, your story ends, even you have the power to determine all the sentences in you writing the story, right? You determine, no, at 12, let's say today for that matter, between 3 and 4, this is what I will be doing. Between 6 and 7, this is what I will be doing. Between 8 and 9, I'm gonna rest. 12, I'm waking up, I'm doing like everything is in your hands. This is the problem. The reason why people come and, or their stories or whatever that affects us, right? The challenges that affect us from other people, it's mainly because there's so much of us not being taught about our own strength, you know, to go deeper within and know yourself beyond the natural. Know yourself beyond the human that you are, because this human is only active if your spirit is alive. If your spirit will decide, I'm gone, this is dead, there's nothing, right? So for your human experience to happen, there is greater power, there is the greatest connection that you will ever have, which is the original you, the monadic you, your higher self, your own, I don't know how to call it, right? But that is who you are. And I keep on saying that, God breathed. He said that I have breathed my breath into their nostrils and they became a living thing. So your experiences are nothing without the Spirit. If you want to fix your life, if you want to know where to go inside. That is why I gave an example the other day about quarantine, this whole COVID, people staying inside. We look at it as a threat, but if you can sit down and interpret this whole thing and see, I think it's perception that matters the most more than anything. Right now, I can tell you, listen, I have made 100,000 since COVID started. When now you are seeing a problem, right? I decided to see an opportunity out of it and say, listen, I'm going to run my business and I'm going to do this and this and that and that and that and that. And I was expectant, when I'm doing this and I'm putting in the work and the effort and all that, this is what I'm going to get, right? But when I am hoping and then you are seeing, yo, my work is done, hey, what, and all that, right? Okay, I have a message. Let me put it down. This like if you didn't have all these problems, honestly, today, right now, if you did not have any pain from your mother, any pain from your father, any pain from your colleague, any pain from your auntie or whatever, how would you live your life? Because it's possible. You can decide today to flush every painful experience that you have in your mind. You can flush it. Right now, you can decide and say, Bona, I am done. I am done, I'm done, I'm done. No more feeling sorry for myself. You know what? When you are doing that, what you're doing, you are reclaiming your own God self. You are reclaiming your own sovereignty. You are reclaiming your own freedom away from all these things because of they are doing what? They are spiritual prisons, right? Because when you are there, you are unable to be creative. God is the most creative being ever. God is creative. That is why nobody will teach the ancestral like I do. That is why, even if we will sit and do the ancestral, Abuti Tamang will have his own interpretation, and it will be all the flavor. When Gogo Notemba will come out and say, this is about, me and the ancestral, you will have something else. Reclaim, stay away, run. Bona, close the doors. But close them, process. Ne? Don't go and close this door and say, I want my freedom as God, I want my authenticity as God, without you facing the issues. If you want to know if an issue is still battling you, you will feel it. It will be like you are blocked, right? Here, it will be like you are blocked. It will be like you are blocked. Right? So if you still have blockages concerning a certain situation, don't pass it by. Sit with it and be honest with yourself. You know what? The person that can break you, the person that can build you, the person that can raise you up is you. Only you. No outside force can come and do whatever it wants in your life unless you give it power. I'm the captain of my soul. I am the captain of my soul. You don't even know what that means, but you are the captain of your soul. When it needs for you to take responsibility on how the soul need to navigate and know how to even, hold on to things and all that, you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. Process your emotions. Sit down with them and say, listen, I am, but if it needs for you to insult, to break, do it. Release. After you have released, I said something the other day. I said, when you cry, allow yourself to go through those emotional state. When you cry, while you release, what do? You cleanse the soul. You cleanse the windows. You cleanse the lenses in which you have seen life and that situation. After a while, I'm telling you, you will see things differently. And perhaps you are crying that you don't have food, right? And then all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, Auntie, I have had some here, and there's also mazambaniana that I can mix, and then we will eat. Or you are looking, you're saying, no, my business is not working, or this and that. And then all of a sudden, something comes, or have you ever tried marketing in this way? Or have you seen, how so person is doing things? Do you like it? How about that? Like, there will be that sudden awakening for you once you process your emotions. But the reason why you don't see things, you don't see progress, you don't see how things have been done in your life, or rather the opening of supernatural answers to you, it's because of your holding on to things. You are holding on to things, right? And yeah, You need to reclaim your sovereignty. You need to reclaim your God self. You need to reclaim your freedom. And it comes with a lot of responsibilities. But do you know what is the good thing? Your ancestors are here and say, listen, all this small, my my Wi-Fi was down. All right. For those that are in business, one of the greatest things that ancestors want us to cancel is this thing, the feeling guilty of you charging people. It's God's gift, right? There is value exchange, Mulfatin. And if they did that in their olden days, whatever reason, for whatever reason, right now we are staying in houses that we pay. For children to go to school, we pay. For me to show up on the social media, I pay data. I have to buy a good phone with good camera or a laptop, whatever gadget that is needed. For me to proceed and offer other things that I need to implement in the business, I need money. Then you exchange. That is the system of the world, and you can't even run away from it. Then how do you, and imagine now, let's say that when your desire is to stay in Cape Town for that matter, and the area that you are staying, that you want to stay in, houses there, your 2 or 3 bedroom houses that you wish for you to have, they start at about 25 to 30,000. You are charging 150. When you are charging 150. And I know that this is one of the greatest pains of everyone, but of a lot of people rather. You're charging 150 and then you want to stay in a house of 30,000 rand. Before you can do 10,000, how many people are you supposed to see? How many people are you supposed to see? So which means you will be booked throughout the month, but then at the end of the day you are not getting what you are looking for. Right? So we need to be smart. We are being called to be smart about this thing. And it also goes along with your worthiness. You knowing or trusting in your worthiness. Do you really feel that you ought it? Do you know or do you believe that you deserve a good life? Okay, this one I will go into it tomorrow. But you are being called and said, if truly, 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 you didn't have anyone that you are blaming, if your mother was not existing, your father does not exist, your colleague is not existing, how will you show up in that workplace? How will you show up for yourself right now? How will you live? Are you going to be happy knowing that you don't have problems? Then if you are going to show up happy, then why? Why are you giving other people's people your power, so much power? Because of by you not showing up happy as you want to show up, and then you are saying it's because of them, it's because of my situation, it's because of where I grew up. You are giving that demonic situation, that demonic spirit power over your life because that is where they want you to be. Right? Stop it. Stop blaming and all that. Right? Take your power back. You are free to create, you are free to declare, you are free, you are free, you are free, you're free, you're free to do all these things. You are free to say no to certain emotions, saying, okay, today, thought patterns, we are not thinking this way. If God is for you, who can be against you? Like sometimes leave other people with their issues. Yes, that does, and trust me, sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes you don't have to find closure. It's not everything that you will find closure into. Ne? Sometimes it's not everything that you will find closure to. Make peace with those things and say, listen, it's okay, I'm fine. I'm fine with this. Whether I will get somebody saying, I'm sorry, or me confronting and saying, no, I was the one that is wrong. Sometimes you're not going to get the guts to do that. But when you feel that you are on that is wrong, try by your own means to find out things and see how you can do things by yourself. And rectify where you can. And it starts with you loving you, accepting you, honoring your uniqueness and everything that you have to do in your life. You are God. Yes, you are born by those people, but you have your own right to rewriting your story. Rewrite it. Choose the thoughts, choose the emotions, choose your showing up, choose your love, just choose everything that you have to, that you wish to experience. Let me, go coach, it's fine. You will catch up. Let me see. The comments. All this, your ancestors are saying, listen, we want to help you because we didn't understand how to own up for our own powers. We didn't know how to stand up and own up to our own supernaturals, to our own sovereignties. We want to help you as our descendant to not make the same mistakes that we did. At that particular time, we didn't know where to get help or even if help was available. But now you know that help is available and we are here to walk with you every step of the way. No matter how ugly it is, you have the power to choose whether to sow or Mama Khalatsang, I've been meditating since May 2019 up to date. I haven't had any vision. I just sit and concentrate on my breathing, but I haven't experienced anything. Mama Khalatsang, this is what I will tell you. And it goes back to what I have been saying. Healing is not a one size fits all. I can tell you go and journal. I can tell you go and start jumping, get a rope and jump, go and jog. That is not you. I am so happy, and this is one of my proud moments, or rather, my proud. How do I call this? One thing that I pride into about my work, my own work. I don't know other people. I help you rather tap into your own being and help you identify what works for you. This is the thing. I've been thinking of doing meditations and recording meditations and all that. But I'm thinking not everybody wants meditation. That is why I prefer to work with people one-on-one. So that I would tell you, Mama Haletang is not that I won't be or what. There are so many techniques. There are so many techniques that you can use. But not all the techniques can work for you. You understand? And this is why we fail a lot in the coaching, in the healing business, because we are copycats. We take somebody else's, because of Kyaleboha is doing another modality, I'm thinking I'm gonna do it. We take and we take and we take, and then we are feeding people things that does not even allow them to blossom the way they're supposed to. There's something, the reason why meditation is not working is because it's not for you completely. That is it. Meditation is not your thing. Meditation is not yours. Now it is time for you to take a journey to look into what exactly work for me. And when you find that, trust me, it's gonna come effortlessly. I could have done meditations with you guys in some of the days, but I felt it helps me, right? But there's something that is missing when it comes to me showing people or giving people modalities, to do, to try and all that. I don't like it. Trust me, there's something for you. Meditation is just not it, right? But I pray that you find out what works for you. You may be just a visual person. Have you tried visualization? And you'll go and ask me, how Queen can't the visualization again? It can be visualization, it can be something else, it can be a different. The meditation is part, it's a technique of mindfulness, right? Meditation is a technique of mindfulness. And mindfulness, or rather okay, let's say it's a technique in mindfulness, and this meditation, Leona, it's broad. Meditation is not only the lie down, close your eyes, stretch your feet, imagine that you are in. There are all sorts of meditations. Have you tried them? Perhaps the lying down and the guided meditation is not for you. Okay, I think I've answered you. Come out. 2019 is 2021. Things are not working out in meditation. Go and try something else. Have you tried jogging? What happens to you when you jog? What happens for you when you are cooking? Guys, stereotyped. Do you know that you can basically get answers when you are cooking? Cook. Simple, you taking curry and what, putting in the pot. Because of what? It is your best place. You can actually get answers when you are in the bathroom, showering. You can get answers when you are doing what? You are cleaning. Know your spots. Yeah? Know your activation points and know how to use them. Like I said, like the 21 days is not even enough. There's just a lot that people need to know and can actually being for one to bring awareness to you people. There's just a lot. It's just a lot. But yeah, go and learn the different types of meditation. Yeah? And see which one will resonate. Your soul knows, so it will tell you, Horaki, this one, and this and that and that. I found myself in some parts of my life where I actually did certain types of meditation and I didn't even know that they existed. One day I'm there on Google, typing different types of meditation. I don't know what led me there. How? Can this thing that I've been doing for 2 weeks, it's even there. Trust your intuition. I said this the other time. There are some days that your ancestors will carry you, and there are some days that you will carry your ancestors. For some days, it's them that will be navigating you. Or no, left, right, do this, sit, sleep. There will be some days, now it's you that is carrying them. Because of that is where some of them that are in part of your team are wounded. Right? So in the days or the seasons of your life where you feel that I'm on 0.000, I don't have strength, I don't have anything, that is when you take advantage of your relationship with your guides. And sometimes you don't even have to pray. Trust me, you don't have to pray. They know. A tear on its own is prayer. A tear on its own is prayer. You allowing your body to sleep when your body says, I want to sleep. It's prayer. Let us not formalize things. Somebody said, no, what about if, 12 o'clock, can I pray only 3, 6, 9, 12, or there's a particular way or space that I need to pray for what? Guys, I told you that I've got this rebellious kind of spirit that I challenge everything. Fine. If you tell me about prayer, the posture is only, God will only hear me if I kneel down. So God, when I look at taxi rank, God will tell you, listen, call Tabang right now, because Tabang is not feeling well. Right? And then you call Tabang. So, then God must wait for you to reach 12 o'clock. You must be in the house. So if you are not in the house, God must not talk to you. Simple as that. Stop putting other people's experiences and applying them in your life. You are God, you are sovereign, you are free. Initiate, create, build new things that have never been seen. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be ridiculed for your own uniqueness. Than to be put in a box that you don't fit. And when you don't fit in that box, you manifest yourself into sicknesses, into blockages in your finances, into marital issues, in all these things. Live your life. One day I was sitting, I think it's last year, and my ancestors said to me that, I don't remember. Please remind me. I remember the last words, but then how it started, what they said. Okay. Something to do with, you did not come to confirm into the standards of the world. And this is what the Bible says as well. You did not come to confirm into the standard of this world, right? You have come to create, you have come to initiate, you have come to bring new things that have never been seen, right? And the last words, these are the ones that I really want to hint on. They said, Phela ngwana, like leave our child. Uripidise. Iphelele uripidise. Live for yourself so that we can live through you. I am my ancestors' wildest dream. What does that mean? I explained how you and your ancestors are not different. So when you go out there prostituting, you are prostituting with your people. If you go out there and break people's homes, you are breaking people's homes with your ancestors. If you go and succeed, you are succeeding with your ancestors. So you don't, these things, they mean nothing. If when you're thinking by wrongdoing, and if I'm wearing this Masela Abadimo and all that, any tool that you may be using, and you're thinking that when you are doing something wrong, you're going to take them off, and it's in the name of honoring your ancestors. These are not your ancestors. These are a tool that your ancestors use to get certain communications or connections with you. You are meaning nothing. If you want to leave your ancestors out, take out the blood, take out the spirit, put it there, take this body alone, go and do whatever that you want to do. Because you are not separate from them. My ancestors' wildest dream. So when you go and stay in those fancy houses, those luxurious houses, when you know that you're coming from a disadvantaged home where you never even, ate chicken, you ate chicken once in a month or whatever, when you all start owning up and getting into those luxurious living, your cars, booming businesses, your ancestors are living through you. They are living through you. Because they had wished, we wish that things would be different for us. But they didn't know how to go about it. And now that they are in the light, they know what, Tabang is trying this and this and that and that and that. And here in her faith, this is it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. You carry the baton from where your ancestors have left off. You will never run away from it. You can't run away from it. So, like I explained about the bloodline gifts, in other families, there will be teachers and there will be this and that and that. And every one of us will determine, okay, now I want to be a teacher of university, I want to teach in so grades and all that. You determine. But all of you guys will have the same thing. You know why? Those that failed in those timelines, they are throwing things. Relay, they are throwing that baton, another one runs. If that one is not able to, whether the person is alive or dead, the ancestors, they know that this is the season in which Notemba is going to take the baton, run. If Notemba is failing, your child is going to have to do it. My ancestors' dreams. Rashidi, you are God, you are sovereign free. You are God. Like you don't have anything that is missing. You are holy. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. We quote those things to make ourselves feel good. But if you know what does the Bible say? The Bible says that the letter kills, but the spirit of the letter gives life. Go and sit down and study. If you are somebody that depends on, even if it's not just the Bible, anything that you read, don't just read on the surface and want to satisfy the mind. Go deeper into this thing. Through that you get revelations. Through that you get downloads that will take you to another level of your life. Okay, Abutabang are great teaching. Thank you. Gogo, Notemba, being open and expectant to great things. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How do you maintain that state of mind constantly? You can't. There's no such thing as maintaining constantly. You have to understand that as much as, like I said, you are spirit and you are human, there will be some days where your human self is just showing up. Like for guys, this is the problem. We want things to be smooth. There's never been a smooth thing in this life. Before they built the house that you are staying in, where was it? How was it? Right? So this is the simple thing. Taking an example with the house, they had to remove whatever that they had to remove. Some there were rocks. They had to, call all this. Those. I don't know what you guys call it. Those big canopies to remove those whatever that was there, the trees. That is part of it. You are cultivating. That is what the Bible says. Cultivate your mind continuously. Renew your mind. So the renewing of the mind is for you to be removing all those things, like when you are building a house, right? And from there you lay the foundation. But before you can even lay any foundation, you must have cleaned. So it's a consistent thing. It's not you can't come into that state of saying, Geshap, I'm there. You know why? Because we are challenged in different areas of our lives. Right now, let's say that you are dealing with relationship. You will be focused on fixing mental issues, emotional issues, spiritual issues concerning that relationship, right? When you have reached that space of now the house being built, then you are able to sit in it. That is a relationship. Then finances will start. Right? And sometimes if you are not steadfast in this relationship building of yours, then it will be shaken by how you will be feeling about your finances, and then it affects, and then it will look like you're going back. So that is why it's important for every one of us to understand our will powers. So if you don't understand your willpower, if you don't know your willpower, if you don't know your authentic self, then it's very easy for you to zoom down. Then you start again. So consistent, this is what my money coach taught me. She said, okay, this is from a parking perspective of money, right? But I'm gonna say it in general. She said, things, or rather money, let me take it from her. Money does not show up in your life because of how you feel or what you do, but money comes into your life because of who you are. So if when are you thinking things are not working out because of the way you are feeling, the way you are seeing yourself and all that, that is a minimal truth. But the biggest thing that shifts everything in your life is you being able to answer this question when I ask you, who are you? I explained something throughout the 21 days, and I said, there are blessings that you are going to get through working, serving, and all that, right? And there are blessings that are just there. Once you align with yourself, those blessings, they will just happen. They will just be activated. Alignment is very key. And we're thinking that alignment has to do with our service. Service, or me being a healer, coming here and speaking, being a teacher and all that, is not the complete truth of who I am. It is not. We define ourselves by our qualifications. We define ourselves by our talents and all that and all that. We define ourselves by being mothers, being wives. We define ourselves by that. But how does it feel for you knowing that you are just God? God has, before he can be a father, before he can be a source of whatever that you may call him, he is God. Can we just come into a space, or is it possible for us, all of us, to come into a space that I am a being? And you being a being, you need to understand that you change. I am that I am. I am that I am, right? What does that mean? I can be, or yes, I am what I am at any given time. I can be what you want me to be at any given time. So don't define you by all these things, rather your being or your sovereign self, your God self, and understanding that you are a flexible being. What if the scientist that you are is not even 30% of the truth about you? Then you are holding on to that thing, right? And I know that there's evolution in every stage of our lives. So what if it's just a little part of it, and you're holding on to that, right? So you are limiting your receiving modes from life, from God, from people, from all that, to that particular scientist that you call yourself only, right? So there's nothing that you will receive outside of you being a scientist. There's nothing that you will enjoy outside of you being a scientist. That is where we rob ourselves. You are God, you are sovereign, free to be, to do, be anything. Tomorrow you can decide, oh, I'm a queen. Tomorrow you say, oh, I'm a soldier. Tomorrow I'm that. But you are a being. Above everything, you are a being. What type of being? You decide on a daily basis how you want to show up. Today I showed up as a yellow being, right? I'm a yellow being today. And I've got my reasons why I decided that, okay, I'm just going to come out as a yellow being, because I'm exercising a certain part, energy of mine that I possess, right? You are God, sovereign, free. Don't be limited by your experiences. Don't be limited by your challenges. Don't be limited by who says what and all that. And the mind, allow yourself, you are never going to be consistent when it comes to mind. Make peace with it and live in the now. Grab every moment. If that moment is the moment of laughter, wanna laugh your lungs out. If that moment is a moment of crying, cry your heart out. If that moment is a moment of loving, love. Love. If that moment is a moment of giving, give. So Rona, the consistency that we are talking about, we want to be in one thing. It's safe for us to be there. It is safe for us to be here and who we are now, and then we don't want anything. But you are an evolving being. There's never gonna be a chance where your being will be okay with your stagnancy. So make peace with the fact that your mind will continuously go and all that. Then when you choose your shot, your thoughts. Hi, when at this phone. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna throw this phone away. I can reveal the 21 days is finishing tomorrow, so I can throw the phone. I was thinking I would be the best version of myself. I will be very wealthy. I understand that I also have that responsibility to stop the abuse and control. Trust me, you do, Austin. So much you do. Okay. The phone decided to show you my kitchen. You were asking if people didn't hurt us. Yes. Hey, no, not that if people did not hurt you. If you did not hold on to the hurt, people will hurt you. Just make peace with the fact that people will hurt you because we don't have. Okay, this is gonna take me on another thing. Every single person in our lives is a messenger. No matter how ugly, bitter the situation is, every experience, every person comes as a mirror. Every person comes as an angel. Whether you want to call the person the angel of darkness or light, but it is she or he is there to activate a certain part of your life that you may not even understand, that it only can take heat and pain for you to come out and own up to whatever that God wants you to own up to. So people will hurt you, but your response is the most important one. Yes, own our own strength. We are ignorant to it, yeah. How does one access your higher self? You are your higher self. You don't access your higher self. You are one. So the only thing is for you to understand that how do I say this? You are your higher self at any time. You are your higher self. There is, let me talk about intuition here. Intuition and mind, two different things. So, you know, when people will say, I've got two hearts. One heart says I must not go, one heart says I must go. There is always that still voice inside of you. Some of us, we call it the Holy Spirit. Some of us, the higher self, right? So you are always available. You are always accessible to you at any given time. So you can ask a question and say, yo, how do I do this, right? And an inspiration will come, or you will see something. Like Kalabuha is always with you. Like there's no such a thing that I want to access my higher self or I want to access heaven, because heaven is always you. You are heaven by yourself. You are heaven. Heaven is what is the spirit place. Where is the spirit place? You are the spirit place. Are you not the spirit? You are. Okay. This is another topic. They'll say, oh, this girl is crazy. I know I'm crazy. It's fine, guys. Okay. Being open and expectant to the greater things. Yes, Abu Tabang, great teaching. Thank you, sir. Ogo, yes, you are able to be creative when you fail to release. Run, Gogo. I'm just wondering what I'm not doing right. The greatest pain or the greatest saboteur is when you have tried everything you feel you know how to, and you get into a space of you now judging yourself and saying, I'm not doing the right thing. Something wrong that I'm doing. You know what does that do? It cripples the flow. It cripples every flow of your life, because it's an etomakofa doubt. You start doubting your enoughness, your wholeness, and all that. I am a victim of that thing. Therefore, I know I'm not doing something right. Because the moment you do that, you come out of grace that is being given to you. You come out of support that is available for you. You come out of the flow of the divine intelligence that is already there for that situation. You deactivate it. then that is when you will start seeing darkness. Don't ever doubt yourself. There is not, guys, there's nothing that is wrong, there's nothing that is right. Okay? I don't know, I'm wearing this white beads. Somebody can say, why? You know, Azanka Azanaka Pehlong, she's not supposed to do that, she's not even supposed to talk about ancestors. That is wrong to someone else. But it's right to me. Because I'm the one that connects with my God and my ancestors. Right? There's nothing. What is right is what you make right. What is wrong is what you make wrong. Simple. Finito. I'm not able to be creative. I mean, oh, okay, got no problem. I understood that. Okay, let's okay, choose your thoughts, choose your experiences. Yes, thank you. Like me with gardening and studying. You see, I like that you found you're activating your sports. They bring me to a certain place. Beautiful, beautiful. I agree, Queen. I get downloads during the day rather than at 3 a.m. My 3 a.m. wake up is for talking to my guys. You are what? There's no one size fits all. There is something for me, Coco. Your methods are unique. They are working. Really? Yay! I'm clapping hands for myself and for you, Mama Bombi. Goodness, it's really happy that day. I'm no longer able to see. I was thinking that amen to that. I'm going through the transformation now. The resistance is very hard to heal, but I know I have to level up because it's time now. Okay. Okay, I'm checking other comments so that I don't leave anyone out. I struggle with concept. Okay, I think I've answered things. I'm limitless in God, through God, open to you. Yes, God. Yes, amen to that. Okay, I've seen that. All right. Okay. I'm done for today, guys. Tomorrow we're closing the 21 days. I would really love to hear what you guys' journey has been. So please, if you would be able to, this is, I'm closing, before I can do that, I'm closing the 3-pack promo tomorrow. For those that are still saying, I would like to take advantage of it, there you go, right? So I was saying that I would really appreciate to know what the 21 days have done in your life. If you would be open to share with me, whether in my inbox or more, on tomorrow's live stream, I would really appreciate, your testimonies will actually, activate things, or rather affirms, me, into a deeper level, and, giving me more strength to continuously invest in myself and invest for the business and the brand, and, coming and bringing more. So also understanding that this is going to be something that some people still need time, to process. Some people still need time, and we need support. Some is money constraints of saying, Queen, I would love to work with you, but then I can't afford it this moment and all that. We've got different things. For those that say that, I would want to work with you for whatever time, we can talk about it. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try my best to do as much live streams here on my timeline as possible starting from August. So don't expect me the next coming 2 weeks. Perhaps it's gonna be post, unless I know there will be something that I'm guided into coming and doing a live stream just for me to rejuvenate myself. Yeah, it's my birthday on the 1st of August, guys, so I need to sit, introspect, rejuvenate myself, or make room for whatever that this coming new year has for me. So this coming 2 weeks, I'm gonna try to limit myself a little bit from Facebook. I'm gonna be here, but not as coming and doing the live streams. So I would really appreciate if you guys can share with me tomorrow on the live stream, or inbox me today, tomorrow, on how has the 21 days impacted you. I would really like to know. And also this makes my guides happy. Don't forget that in me still healing certain things, I'm carrying them, they are healing with me. Konala babang, they were never able to show up for their calling, and me carrying the teaching gift of the bloodline and showing up, I'm actually showing up with them. So when I read those things, my guides read it as well, and when it makes me happy, they are happy, they are confirmed, they are excited to even teaching me more of what they have been doing to come and deliver for you guys. So like they say, gratitude opens room for more, right? So yeah, I know there's a lot of my guides who would really appreciate your gratitude or your testimonies. I know. So it will really mean a lot for us to do that. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow as we close. I'm excited. Thank you for having me in your homes, in your lives. Thank you for trusting the gift, and I pray that God and your ancestors will continuously shower you with blessings and open doors for you. Just love you, love and love and love and love and love and love you. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow as we close. If I'm allowed, Kalalasang is going through what I went through from you. I'm learning. I got many answers here I'd like to share with her. Hi, Mama Suka. You guys will do that at maybe go to inbox and don't ask that, please. Don't ask. Go and talk to her. She's your sister. We are sisters now. What is it? So it's okay. Yeah, if she connects with you, you guys go ahead. I don't have any problem. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mama, for also availing yourself to saying I can actually assist. Yeah. All right. Thank you a lot, guys. Bye.